Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. Today and this week is Naturopathic Medicine Week, and I'm so excited to talk about it because I have talked about homeopathy before, and that's just one branch of naturopathic medicine. And I've talked about Hippocrates and how he started homeopathy and iridology, not homeopathy, sorry, just iridology, but Hippocrates was a Greek physician, hi Monica, that lived 2,400 years ago, and he first formulated the concept that nature has the ability to heal. And for those of us who have been in this field for a while are thinking, well, of course, but a lot of people still don't understand that part of it, and it's still the central principle of naturopathic medicine. In North America, naturopathic medicine and naturopathy describes a clinical practice which integrates such natural healing methods as botanical medicine, so like herbs and things like that, homeopathy, nutrition, manipulative therapy, acupuncture, and lifestyle counseling. So all of that is all under the branch of naturopathy. And there's actually a school in Canada, in Toronto, that teaches naturopathic medicine. It's like $75,000 to do the program, but supposedly it's a very, very good school. And I actually know two people that were naturopathic doctors, and they both found that they work so hard that they burned themselves out. So they tried to pick something that was a little more soul aligned and a little bit lighter workload in terms of intensity and being able to serve more people with the same amount of time. But there are a lot of health benefits, and I talked about this in my What is Homeopathy video, but I'm going to kind of give you a general idea. One of the main tenets of naturopathic medicine is that the body has the ability to heal itself. We just have to kind of remind it where to go and what to do and that kind of thing. But we're essentially identifying and removing the obstacles to cure so that the body can kind of move itself back to where it's supposed to be. And the purpose, and I'm reading this off of some notes that I have, so if I keep looking over there, that's why. The goal of the practice is to treat the underlying condition, not the symptoms. And that's how they restore the normal body function. Because if you're constantly treating symptoms, the underlying condition sometimes is actually exacerbated because you're suppressing the symptoms and you're not noticing it, and it could be getting worse, or the condition starts to get worse but you're not noticing it because you're suppressing it, and then your body doesn't do so well. In terms of disease prevention, they also want to prevent the progression of disease, so naturopathic medicine is a little more preventative rather than reactive, in that they try to treat things before they're actually happening. And they use what's called a whole body approach, so rather than just looking at, oh, this person has a cough, well, it could end up being something related to something completely different. But if you're not asking the right questions and looking at the person's environment and their lifestyle, then you're not going to get to the root of the symptoms. Naturopathic doctors are primary healthcare practitioners. So and I'm reading this again from the notes, they are trained to treat virtually all health concerns from acute to chronic, pediatric to geriatric, and physical to psychological. They work with three main groups of people: patients that are looking for disease prevention and health promotion, patients with a range of health concerns and no clear diagnosis. A lot of people use naturopathic medicine once they've exhausted all their other options and they are not getting answers. And patients with chronic and severe illnesses. The naturopathic treatments are highly individualized, so it's not you're presenting with X symptom, here's this drug to treat X symptom. It's everything about the person's life is considered, so their history, genetics, dietary habits, lifestyle, and associated health concerns. And they create an individual treatment plan, so no two plans are the same. Hi, Amanda. Patients are also involved in the process, and they kind of get to give their opinion on things and kind of work through what would be best and most suitable for their lifestyle so that they can kind of be a little more engaged in what's happening. Safe and effective treatment. A lot of people think that still naturopathic medicine is a little woo-woo. But we've been using herbs and things like that for years to treat things. And when I say we, I just mean like people who work in the wellness industry. I'm not a naturopathic doctor. But their therapies and their diagnoses are supported by scientific research. It's not observation-based. And they're drawn from peer-reviewed journals from many disciplines, including naturopathic medicine, conventional medicine, European complementary medicine, clinical nutrition, phytotherapy, pharmacognosy, homeopathy, psychology, and spirituality. So usually they test things in a naturopathic field before they even consider using them in a conventional sense, because it's easier for them to try it out if it's a little unconventional, because people are more willing to try it. It's also cheaper typically than modern medicine because chronic disease is very, very expensive. If you don't know anybody with a chronic disease or you've never had to pay for the medication for it, it's very, very expensive. And the cost effectiveness of naturopathic medicine is actually being studied here in Canada, which is really great. In the US, they're looking at the cost effectiveness of naturopathic medicine has demonstrated that there's significant savings to be realized by individuals, insurance companies, and the healthcare system. So overall, everyone's paying less money because less medication needs to be made, because in general, the process is smoother and more complete. In terms of research, a lot of their therapies have been validated by scientific research. Again, for example, herbs have been used effectively to do many things. We still put them in our tea to achieve certain effects. Things like ginger, chamomile, ginseng, all of those things. And current research supports the direct link between many health conditions and diet and stress. So if you're not taking those things into account when you're looking at your wellness plan, then you're not going to get the results that you want, because ultimately diet is a big, big part of it. And obviously right now stress is kind of hard to control because we're all living in this quarantine. But working more on the things you can control rather than the things that you can't. But as naturopathic medicine continues to grow, there is so much research that can be done out there, and even learning just about nutrition on its own will make a big difference. But something that I've always been interested in is naturopathic medicine, and I love to learn about it because a lot of the therapies that I do fall under the branch of naturopathy. So things like European complementary medicine. And obviously psychology, I use quite a bit of that. And nutrition, I do a bit of that. And they mentioned acupuncture, even though I do acupressure, it's not the same thing. But I've been asked many times if I'm a naturopathic doctor, and people have assumed it before. So I want to just lay it straight for the record that I am not a naturopathic doctor. I'm also not a veterinarian, but I do complementary therapies. So the school in Toronto is called the Ontario College of Naturopathic Medicine, OCNM. And if you want to look into it, it's a very, very good program. It's very expensive, but obviously they can't have classes right now. But on a regular basis, their program is very comprehensive. And in Canada, when you finish it, that makes you a naturopathic doctor. So, something to consider. It is very biology heavy and chemistry heavy. So if that's not, and anatomy heavy, if that's not your forte, then get ready to practice a lot. But that's all I have to say about naturopathic medicine. If you are, and most of the people who follow me will probably be on the fence, if you have ever used naturopathic medicine and have a story to tell, I would love to hear it, because people need a little more joy in their lives right now. I have a very busy day, so I have to get going, but I have another live video later this week on Instagram. But I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. It's going to get much warmer this week, so yay, and I will see you later this week.